All right. Hello again, Avengers, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Legend of the Three Kingdoms. Yes, this is one of my homebrew D&D campaigns at my weird, messed up homebrew D&D campaign setting, and the people below me realized this today when I was talking to some people in Twitch chat for one of my buddies. Do you guys realize this campaign has been going for 7 years? We started, first episode was uploaded to my channel 25th of January of 2018.
Good God.
Yeah, isn't that nuts? Doing this for 7 years, guys. So with that, I announce today is the last episode. No. Announcements. Probably the biggest thing. I don't remember if we actually talked about it while we were live. But Scott has reminded me on my YouTube channel. I think it was last week or a few weeks ago. We were talking about the idea that Iron Mouse, one of the biggest Twitch streamers on the platform, she was the #1 streamer for a brief amount of time, had made mention that she was in talks with Matthew Mercer to do something. Because years and years and years ago, she was actually involved in D&D that Scott was able to kind of fill me in on. We won't talk about that, but Iron Mouse and all the people that she was involved with were lovely and wonderful. The DM, on the other hand, anyway, it was announced.
Fuck himself.
It was announced a few days ago that a week from today at 12 p.m. Pacific time on Iron Mouse's Twitch channel, she's going to be playing a TTRPG as part of her immunodeficiency charity work. I don't remember the specific charity that she's raising money for, but it's that's it, Immunodeficiency Foundation, which I believe is the charity that she works with a lot because it's a great charity, and she actually has struggles with immunodeficiency. So the big news about it, though, is Matthew Mercer is going to be a part of it somehow. There has been no information specifically about what's going on. We don't know if Matt is running, if Matt is playing, but we do know other people that are involved. It's Iron Mouse, Mercer, Sea Dog, or Connor, who is her like most common collaborator, and then another dude. Yeah, something like that. Another dude that has played with Iron Mouse before. And I think he has been the DM at least one of the games I was able to find. So it's possible that he's going to be running it. It's possible that someone else. And they also have mystery guests. So that's a really, really big thing. One of the biggest Twitch streamers on Twitch in the world, and the largest, the DM for the largest TTRPG stream onto Twitch, are joining forces to raise money for the Immunodeficiency Foundation. Like, that's a really, really amazing thing. It's probably going to be phenomenally cool. So definitely check that out. It's happening again during the day. It starts at 12 p.m. Pacific time. So I have no idea how long they're going to be running it for. It could be like for anyone that doesn't know, what we do here is weird. Your average TTRPG game is normally done in about 4 hours. 4 hours is kind of the normal amount of time that most people play most TTRPGs. So I don't know if they're going to be doing 4 hours, 8 hours, 400 hours. Nobody knows. But it should be really, really cool. And I'm a huge fan of Iron Mouse. I think she's amazing. I really love Sea Dog VO, I think is his handle. Connor. VA, there we go. I really He's,
boy.
but yeah, he's a super cool, interesting person, and Mercer exists. So I mean, there's that. So yeah, really cool that that is happening. Um, Other TTRPG news, we're getting closer and closer and closer to the launch of Daggerheart. I believe it launches. Is it early May? I want to say somewhere around there. It's in the next.
Yeah.
It's either April or May.
It's
Uh,
May.
so Daggerheart is coming out relatively soon, which should be really cool. Um, the Final Fantasy XIV TTRPG came out at the end of last month, and I did an in-depth review for it. Spoiler alert: it was not very flattering for the product, but it is a product, so that's a really cool thing. Any other kind of big TTRPG news that I'm forgetting? Sigil may or may not be dead in the water. Officially, the only thing that we know is they fired like 90% of the people that used to be working on
There's
Sigil.
literally 3 people left.
But everything else that people keep saying about it is entirely based on speculation and unnamed sources. So it's theoretically possible that Sigil is going the same way that the D&D 4th edition online tools did. Or they could be cleaning house to get a new team on it, because if anyone tried Sigil, which you still can, like Sigil still exists, you can still download it. Nothing has officially been canceled as of yet, but calling it a launch of a product is being very forgiving. Like
They didn't do themselves any favors showing that shit at Gen Con.
Well, the Gen Con version of it worked as well as it needed to. It was a demo, and you know it showed off some features that they could show off. I think people criticized it a little bit more than it needed to. For the purpose that it was made to do. It created hype. It was supposed to create hype. It did create hype. However, I was involved in both the closed alpha, beta, whatever it was, and I have played it since it officially launched. And calling it an alpha is rough. Calling it a beta seems disingenuous. It's incomplete. Like you can't fully play a game using Sigil right now. I'd like to, because it's a really cool thing and it looks really pretty, and
I don't think we're going to.
yeah, neither do
Listen,
I.
they have 24 other letters to go through.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, that's a thing. There have been rumors that, again, are completely unsubstantiated, that they're going to fold the stuff that they developed for Sigil into Maps, which has been in beta for, I don't know, over a year and actually works. Like Maps in and of itself, Maps is D&D Beyond's 2D virtual tabletop, and it's actually really good. It does not have all the bells and whistles that Roll20 does, which is why I still use Roll20, but it is very nice, and it is constantly getting more stuff. So if all we get is what they learned
At this
from
point, they
Sigil-
kind of have to dedicate sources to focusing on getting one thing to work and put
Well,
out.
my understanding is Maps was done by D&D Beyond, which is technically owned by Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
But it's still its own company. Whereas Sigil was done by Wizards of the Coast. Like, it was a complete separate team and really had nothing to do with Maps. And so I think probably one of the biggest reasons why Sigil did so poorly and Maps has been doing so well is because Maps has been a focus for D&D Beyond since before Wizards purchased it, I believe. Like, they had ideas for it before the purchase even happened. So, yeah. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I think it's still theoretically possible that the reason that they fired the 90% of the staff is because they're cleaning house to bring people in that can actually finish this thing, because they've been working on Sigil. It hasn't been very long. I think they've only been doing it for like 2 or 3 years, which for what they're creating is a relatively short development time. But in the amount of time that they've had, they really have very, very little to show for it. And a lot of times when projects like that, my background in project management, a lot of times when a project gets stalled like that, even if it's not the kind of lower end people's fault, the kind of taint that survives from bad management decisions and stuff like that has basically destroyed any productivity you're going to be able to get out of the entire team. And so it is not an uncommon thing where if a project has just gone in the wrong direction and they don't want to scrap the project, they'll scrap the team and bring a new one in. So is it fun? Is it nice? No, but it is something that happens. So there is a theoretical possibility that might be a thing. I don't know how likely it is, but it's a possibility. We'll see what happens. But as of right now, most people have written off Sigil, which could mean that even if they do continue to develop it and it does turn into something good, events like this can be a death sentence for even good products. So, I mean, look at stuff like, was it Starfield? Is that the game? That now is amazing. And when it launched, it was a...
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, No
No
Man's
Man's
Sky.
Sky.
That's the one.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky, if it wasn't for the fact that they continue to add new shit for free to the game, No Man's Sky was dead on arrival because the game that launched was so far underdeveloped that everyone felt betrayed. And yeah, stuff like this can be an absolute death sentence. And even if Sigil does eventually get on its feet, it may be DOA no matter what Wizards of the Coast wants to do.
It may also come back as a different thing.
Yeah, like the engine itself was good. Like, it didn't work, but it was very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? They wanted to do a lot of things. I think they bit off a little bit more than they could chew. If they had just made a 3D virtual tabletop without also adding in the ability to basically play D&D inside of Project Sigil with nothing else, I think Sigil probably be in a much better place right now.
They'll come back as like I'm looking up synonyms like symbol or insignia or glyph.
Yeah, glyph would be cool. To be fair, there's already a
Sigil.
yeah, it'll be Sigil this time. To be fair, there's already a 3D virtual tabletop that works remarkably well called Tailspire. And Brennan Lee Mulligan has already used it astoundingly effectively.
A couple years ago.
Yeah, years ago. And it's gotten nothing but better since then. So if Sigil wants to enter the market, they're going to need to beat Tailspire, which Tailspire in and of itself is in early access. So we'll see what happens. Any other TTRPG news going on right now?
Just released the trailer Good Time Society for Sunderfolk.
Yes, Good Time Society, which is Becca Scott Kern's cool TTRPG or tabletop kind of related thing that she does. It's a whole production company, and she does really cool stuff with it. They have a new... Oh. It's a live play, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they have a new live play that is going to be starting relatively soon. I don't know anything about it. I saw someone talking about it. So more
check
information.
Out the trailer. The trailer's up on Good Time Society. So like right there. Also shout out to Pixel Circus. They've recently released a one-shot D&D themed game of Severance.
Yeah. Pixel Circus, is Pixel Circus the one with Sage Ryan?
Yes.
Yeah. Recently found out Pixel Circus at the end of the year got robbed.
Yeah.
And they lost a crap ton of their production equipment. So they've been like
And in typical and insurance company fuck them over on equipment that you could still buy now, and they're not getting the full replacements for that. So they're trying to recoup.
So yeah, they went dark for like a month and a half ish, and now they're slowly able to start creating Kick content again. So always nice to see people able to bounce back from something like that, because that can sink, especially.
And also, by the way, that happened before the fires.
Yeah, yeah. That's the other thing. Before California burnt down, they got robbed, and then the state was set on fire. So yeah. I'm always happy to hear when people can find ways to come back from stuff like that. Because, like I said, even if insurance wasn't being a nightmare like insurance is prone to do, that's really hard to come back from. Like, I had a video where I mentioned the idea Twitch is not a good place to take vacations or stop.
Well, Twitch
content.
or YouTube.
Yeah, Twitch, YouTube, like it massively screws over your channel if you miss a single day. And going dark for a month, that can completely derail your ability to grow your audience. And so anytime someone can come back from something like that, that's a really, really good thing. And it requires a lot of work. Yeah, so pulling for Pixel Circus, I've been a fan of Sage Ryan for a little while. So yeah, I don't know anyone else that's involved in Pixel Circus. I just know Sage Ryan.
Sage Ryan, Anthony Carboni, Xander Shauna Ray's been there, Brian Gar, Vince Queso. I call him Queso. It's actually Casso. We've gotten so used to calling him Queso. We've gotten so used because of failsafe. We like, Vincent Elizabeth Queso.
If anyone doesn't know, Vince Casso was a member of the Guild and
Lates.
He did stuff with Geek and Sundry, did stuff with Nerdist, he does stuff with
a very impressive DM.
Everyone, yeah, he does stuff with he's really involved in kind of geek entertainment in general. I think the only thing he hasn't done is he never guest starred in The Big Bang Theory, and I think that's the only feather he's missing in his cap. So yeah, really cool dude. Yeah. Other than that, other kind of nerd adjacent stuff, we just got confirmation today that tomorrow there is going to be a Nintendo Direct for the Switch, which no one was expecting.
At 8 a.m. or the shit?
I think it's at 9.
That's usually their track record.
Yeah, it's at 9 a.m. Which no one was expecting because next week they have the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct that we've been waiting for since January. So, yeah. Officially, normally when Nintendo Directs and stuff like that happen, I tend to be over in ZU's channel reacting to it. As far as I've been told, ZU's not going to be covering this one because it came out of freaking nowhere. So, yeah, I'll be watching it. I probably won't be streaming or recording my reaction, but I will be watching it. So that should be very, very cool. Yeah. Other than that, the world is a weird place right now. And for some odd reason, there is I believe it's an Irish curse, though I'm not 100% positive about this. But the curse is, may you live in interesting times.
I always thought it was Chinese.
Might be Chinese too. I think a lot of places have a curse very similar to this. And for whatever reason, somebody is living out that curse right now because we live in very interesting times.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yes?
Yeah, it's an English expression.
It's an English expression.
English expression translated from a traditional Chinese curse.
It is often claimed to be traditional Chinese.
Yeah.
But I guess its origins are English.
Well, the English screwed
But
over the Irish.
again, I'm getting that from Wikipedia, so
Yeah.
don't take my word for
The English
any of
screwed
it.
over the Irish for so long. It would not surprise me if the Irish would, I hope you live in interesting times.
Much like the
Okay, I'm not gonna
settlers in
lie.
Michigan.
You started off that accent, and I was really scared for a hot second what you were gonna do.
Oh, diddly-dee potato.
No, that wasn't. Yeah, that was what I was worried about. Sure, keep going.
one of my favorite comedians is this guy named Danny Boy, who is a Scottish comedian. But every so often, people go, "Are you Irish?" He's like, "No. If I was Irish, I would go diddly-dee potato, but I don't sound like that, do I?" Love, he's amazing. We've got a bunch of his specials on Amazon Prime, and I love it. All right, I think it's enough stuff. So now it is time for us to return to the legend of the Three Kingdoms. The party has met Kevin. Yeah, because my brain is not working super well. Effectively, what happened the last session. Where are we?
Well, to start off, you thought you were giving us a funny encounter,
Yeah.
but you didn't account for Trump.
All right. So, you guys started leaving. The town to
Klausgate.
head. Klausgate. There we go. I wrote all this stuff. I can't remember any of it. And started heading for the next town where you hope the final general is going to be. On the way there, you guys found a signs of a battle of some sort and a trail of blood that you guys eventually tracked to find this group of blood hunters led by their supreme commander, Kevin, who seems to think he is a blood hunter but doesn't quite pass the sniff test. And so you guys were kind of arguing with him about what was going on, and they were trying to enact a ritual to add someone to their blood hunter ranks of a brand new order called the Were Slayers. And they had apparently captured a werewolf and intentionally bled it to use its blood as part of their ritual to invoke their newest member. And I believe that's where we ended it last week, right? Am I forgetting anything else?
Yeah, it was basically because Vala did a little song and dance, caused a distraction with a new spell, and
He got called a dick.
the person is it's kind of in a really bad state in human form, but the way the curse works in your world, they have very distinct signs of having lycanthropy for long term, 10 plus years, by the estimation that Rowan had able to glean.
The longer you stay transformed, you start developing some more
Snoot, fangs, ears.
Yeah, more lupine features. So yeah, to make things slightly easier for everyone to understand, let's look at this. So, and I can do here. So,
Okay, I think once again because you placed it and we didn't, we can't touch those things.
Yeah, because those are the NPCs. Those are the
Oh,
Were
okay.
Slayers. You guys go ahead and put your minis anywhere you would like. This thing right down here, that is the cage that
Okay, so that's where Roland would
the
be.
werewolf is in. And then, yeah, these are the various things. This is Kevin right here. And this is their new inductee.
For the record, I'm still stealth. They have no idea that Argenta's there.
Yeah. To be perfectly honest, you really didn't have to roll that high. All right. So,
Just for clarification, where from if we're going by north, south, east, west, what direction did we come from?
you guys came from the east.
From the side? Okay, then
Yeah,
that's
technically kind of southeast.
Yeah, because Relwyn kind of just marched after he realized and heard.
Yeah.
He's no preamble. He was really upset.
So, they have the chalice with their Hunter's Bane potion, quote unquote, and their newest member is getting ready to was getting ready to ingest it before you guys showed up. So, Kevin has kind of turned to you guys. Well, normally, those that are not members of the Blood Hunter orders are not allowed to observe the Hunter's Bane ritual. But, seeing as you are traveling with a Blood Hunter, I will leave it up to your Blood Hunter ally to decide if you all should observe our sacred, secret Hunter's Bane ceremony.
So I think at this point, Vala will just be like, Kevin, actually, we've been a tad bit dishonest with you. See, your reputation has actually preceded you. We've heard tales, and quite frankly, we think your werewolf hunting is. Your status is a little bit amateur. We're wondering if you'd like to take that pro.
And roll me a deception check.
Are you sure?
Unless you have actually heard of Kevin before this, I'm going to say that's a deception.
Tell me
Or-
in what world you were telling the
14.
truth.
Well, no, just because, asking me to do a deception is.
Yeah, that's why I think that's when we have to invoke Jody. It's a possibility of passive deception an option.
Sorry, you were
I
lying
got
through your teeth.
a 14.
14, okay. I'm going to actually have him roll for this one. Well, he got a 16 on the die. So he looks at you and goes,
Oh.
Amateur? I will have you know, we have successfully hunted more than 2 werewolves by ourselves.
Why did you pause that long for 2? That was out of character.
Well, we've...
That was out of character. Rowan ain't saying shit.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that we have connections with other blood hunter tribes, and maybe if you and your friends wanted to work hard and study, you could become real blood hunters.
Excuse me. We are real blood hunters. We are about to do the Hunter's Bane ritual that turns you into a real blood hunter.
Not the real one. You yourself have been not used to the perfect in the base. Yeah, actual base. Your mind was killed I remember.
Yes, but I am so in tune with my blood hunter abilities that I was able to glean the Hunter's Bane ritual. Like, I mean, blood hunters didn't always exist. Somebody had to come up with the Hunter's Bane, so I simply have done it again. And to be perfectly honest, I think our Hunter's Bane potion is probably a little more potent than the one that you tried. So if you would like to become a true blood hunter, I could see us perhaps preparing a Hunter's Bane potion for you.
Rowan kind of like he's examining the person, and his head kind of snaps up. How many people have drank? How many people have drank your potion?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, from this particular one, I mean, all of us except our newest recruit have participated in the Hunter's Bane ritual. But this
All of you, some of you. How many of you have drank werewolf blood?
I mean, everyone but the new guy.
Jody, I would like to take my sword out,
Uh-huh.
and having seen Lillian do this many, many times, I would like to fake drawing a little bit of blood and casting Flame Blade
Okay.
to mimic.
The way that
The effect.
Flame Blade works is it actually creates an entirely new sword. Like you actually
Yes.
conjure a scimitar. So if you want to do that, you can, but you won't be lighting your blade on fire. You will literally be creating a flaming scimitar. So if you want to like sleight of hand it to make it look like that's what you're doing, I will need
Yes.
a sleight of hand check.
Okay. All right. So
I'll give you advantage because of being just a blatant liar and
and having to do with flame, so that's a
Yeah.
30,
30.
natural 20.
Okay. So, Lillian, having already seen someone completely faking being a blood hunter, you were a little bit surprised to watch one of your allies do what looks like a very convincing hunter's rite on their sword. You watch as Vala draws her sword. You watch her nick her hand a little bit to put blood on her blade, and then suddenly she's holding a flaming sword in front of you. Having fought with Vala as often as you have, you recognize that's not her sword. But to the casual observer, they probably, because they don't know her chosen weapon, they probably wouldn't even notice. So yeah, there's no possible way that they could roll high enough to see through that. So what do you want to do, Vala?
I'm just gonna like hold it up and be like, "Can you do this?"
The Order of the Wereslayer does not rely on the rites. We consider them a crutch that is not necessary in slaying various were creatures. So while yes, I could do it, I choose not to, so as
And-
not to blemish my martial abilities.
And the rest of you, what gifts has he bestowed upon you? I'm offering you a chance for real power.
One of them, whose weapon seems to be a log that they carry around with them, goes, "He increased my strength so that I may kill them." And he takes this, like, it's literally just a big chunk of wood that they slightly, like, took some of the bark off and shaved it down enough so that his very, very large hands could fit around it. And so he swings at the ground, and as he hits the ground, this guy is nothing but muscle. And as he hits the ground, you feel it from the other side of the bonfire.
What silver
Mhm.
shit did they shove into his log?
Have you ever, I think it's an Aztec weapon that I can never pronounce it, but it's basically a club that they shove pieces of obsidian around
Yeah.
it.
I know the weapon.
That's effectively what he has. He has little chunks of silver, sharp silver bits that are all around this giant log. You also notice that there are parts of the log that have kind of an almost blue stain to them, with just some very quick thought process. He probably sprinkled some silver nitrate or something akin to that on it, thinking that would somehow work, and all it did is ended up staining the wood. And then this girl comes forward and goes, "After my Hunter's Bane ritual, I developed extraordinary senses. I have the senses of a fox, and I can hear and smell things from miles away." And she kind of gets close to you and she says, "Ha! I can tell that you have come from Klausgate. How could I do that if I wasn't blessed with the Hunter's
Did
Bane?"
you?
Because the road to
Did
Klausgate is right
you-
over there.
Yeah.
Like,
I
Did
understand. Go
you?
ahead.
Bella coming?
Well, I was focused on the Hunter's Bane ritual, and so I wasn't looking for you. Listen, I understand that a new order can be very confusing to those that practice the old orders. All right? But we are just as legitimate of blood hunters as any other blood hunter in all of Crucitalia.
do we need to have a blood hunter off?
I think that'd be a waste of everyone's time. And suddenly you guys hear from somewhere in the woods around you, "No, I think that would be a lovely experience for everyone."
Oh
Okay.
shit!
As you are all
Oh shit! It's like there's other bad things out here.
as you are all kind of looking around, you can see movement in the areas around you. I just realized I never went back here, so you guys can see us. You see coming out of the woods are, from seemingly almost every direction, are a number of humanoids that very obviously have various features. Like, you have the one coming from the north has more kind of lupine features, as does the one coming from the west. The one coming from the east over here, you can see kind of stripes on her skin that kind of mimic the stripes of a tiger. The one coming from the south has more kind of ursine features, very kind of big, burly, bear-like. And then the one coming from the southeast has very rodent-like features. And I will have any of you that spent a decent amount of time in Fenrish, go ahead and make me a history check.
Fitting that 20.
Gotcha. Let's see, Vala, I believe you spent most of your time in Sanguinius, right?
I spent almost all my time in Sanguinius.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liliane, blood hunters are from Fenrish, so I don't know if you personally spend a ton of time, but I'll let you, if you want to, you could roll it with disadvantage, because I don't think you spend a ton of time in Fenrish. That's where
No,
blood
I
hunters are
will.
from.
Yeah, I was from Sanguinia. So.
So, well, it really doesn't matter. Argenta, as you see this figure moving in from the north, you instantly recognize War Chief Gilead, who is the leader of the Blood Pack and the ruler of all of Fenrish. And doing some very simple deduction, you realize that the creatures around you are the other members of the Blood Pack, which is basically effectively the ruling council of Fenrish. The way that Fenrish works in general is when the war chief either dies in battle or gets old enough that they can't continue to fight, there will be this massive free-for-all battle, and the person that wins it becomes the next war chief for all of Fenrish, and they do a tour of the various arenas around Fenrish, defeating all of their opponents. And so a few decades ago, War Chief Gilead ascended to the throne of Fenrish, and he did it with the help of his brother Theus Heartrender, which is this dude right down here, and then Gweniet Bloodbane, this one right here, Cornac Headcleaver, and then Balzac Fearstriker.
Balzac.
So the whole kind of purpose behind Fenrish's government is the strongest warrior is the one that gets to lead the country. So you were looking at the 5 strongest fighters in all of Fenrish. So, you consider yourself a hunter. Well, I enjoy a good hunt, and you seem to have trapped one of my men. So perhaps you would like to give me a demonstration of your powers.
Vala will attempt to move towards him. To be like, hey, can we lower the temperature a bit here?
As you get closer, the ground in front of you explodes as a crossbow bolt hits the ground literally directly in front of you, missing you by a few inches. And you look back to see Balzac kind of putting away what would normally be considered a heavy crossbow. But in his hands, he's wielding it effectively like a hand crossbow.
At this point, Argenta will step out from the bushes, and she's just like, War Chief, I recognize the Blood Pack. What's going on here?
Gilead looks at you, War Chief. That is not my title. I am the head collector for the Dark Lord. And
Oh,
you
yes, that's...
will not misname me. You kind of looks you up and down. You seem to have some anger in you. I like that. I like that a lot. Are you with these morons?
She points at the teenagers. Them, no. The actually competent looking ones, yes.
Well then, I can deal with you later. But these children playing games. They must pay. Well, I will have you know that I am Kevin, leader of the Were Slayers, and you have no power here, Were Beast.
You do know that. Yeah.
Yeah, Argenta used his title just so that you guys would realize who they are.
Yeah.
It matters not who they are. We are Were Slayers, so we slay all who have the curse of lycanthropy.
We would know that they attack in this world, right? We would recognize that.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear the first part. You would recognize what?
That in this realm, the attack, correct?
Yeah, it's. You guys have heard the term blood pack, and it been referred to as a group of tax collectors. As far as you making a connection between the blood pack from the original world and this, that's up to you guys. But you've heard them referred to in the same sentence as tax collectors.
Alright.
Um,
Over at Kevin, are you sure you want to be down collectors?
It matters not what job they have. They are infected with the curse of lycanthropy, and therefore I am duty bound and honor bound to end their scourge.
I assume that in my position as High Inquisitor, I had like a badge.
Kind of. You yourself have dealt with tax collectors before. You have never dealt with the blood pack, because the blood pack really only goes around dealing
Right.
with effectively tax evasion, and you paid your taxes.
Yes. Okay. So I will look at the chief and go, "You are fucking up my investigation.
Okay.
I am on official business from the Dark Lord, and you are outside of your jurisdiction here. I don't care what petty personal vendetta you have. Leave now, or you will have to pay a much higher price."
Roll me an intimidation check with disadvantage. Trying to intimidate the former ruler of Fenrish is a bold strategy, Cotton.
I had a natural 20, but it was 18 total with
18 total. Okay.
disadvantage.
So, Gilead smiles. You think there is a single bit of dirt in this world that is outside my purview? I was personally selected by the Dark Lord himself. He gave me his blessing, and he kind of pulls his armor down a little bit, and you can see a brand burned through his fur. There's this kind of effectively bald spot in his fur that shows this brand of the Dark Lord. I have jurisdiction anywhere I want.
Fala will reach into her pocket and pull out the coin that she just got and just start flicking it.
Choose even or odd.
Fuck. Even.
Hold, please.
I'd like to remind you what happened the last time you fucked around and found out with the coin.
I don't remember the coins. Oh wait, no, I remember that. I was in a coma for a few days. That was when I tried casting magic on it. Now I'm just using it as a prop.
I mean, nothing bad ever happens.
It's okay. I have this other idea for a character in mind.
I'm not really attached to this character.
It only been 7 years.
Yeah, it's only been 7 years. I mean, really, how attached can you get to a character in 7 years? As you're sitting there, you suddenly feel wind. And before you can react, not only has he gone from his kind of like, specifically, Gilead is a long-tooth shifter who also happens to have lycanthropy. So he already is kind of this hybrid wolf-based humanoid. And as he gets closer, he goes from his like partially shifted form where he has fur and fangs and kind of a slightly elongated snout, and has gone full werewolf form. And at the same time, where's your mini? Is it
Right
that
here.
one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
And before you can blink, not only is he right next to you, but does a 26 hit your armor class?
It does, actually.
So, as he moves forward, you feel this blade get plunged into your side. You take 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And 18 points of force damage as he hits it in, and you feel this kind of burst of some otherworldly magic as he yanks it out of you. And then he disappears and reappears on your other side, rolling a 10 versus your AC.
That'll miss. My flame blade also.
Okay. And so he swings around, and you're able to duck just before he gets there. And then just as quickly as he appeared and then next to you, he's now over here. You shouldn't have taken that. Attack! And I need Urabuddy to roll for initiative.
Mm. It was worth a shot.
It was, and yeah, you technically had a 50-50 shot of it going your way, and it just didn't.
9, 4.
Let's start with Vala. What do you got for me?
15.
Cool. Argenta?
19.
You said 19?
19, yeah.
Cool. Rowan?
15, I'm sure Vala's faster than him.
Cool. Liliane?
14.
Damn, you guys are all kind of bunched together. All right. So, Before any of you can act, the were tiger. Yeah, the were tiger leaps forward. What's your speed? Okay, yeah. So, really quickly, this is Vala. Who is this? Anyone?
That'll be.
Oh, that's you. Okay. And then we have Rowan Argenta, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So she's going to go directly up to you, Lillian, because you are close. And as she jumps forward, you notice that she doesn't seem to have, despite the fact that there's a sword in her hand here, it was the only were-tiger I could find. She doesn't seem to have any weapons in her hands. She just takes her claw and takes a swing at you. Does 16 hit your armor class?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you take 13 force damage, and I need a con save.
Right. Wow.
You are stunned until the end of her next turn.
Right.
So after doing that, she is going to run down here, and she's going to take an attack on Rowan. 17 versus your armor class?
The motherfucker that's been silent and didn't say shit.
She's just running around to targets.
My AC is 18.
18, cool. So she comes forward. She's moving so incredibly fast, faster than you think should be possible, that you just instinctively, you have a shield, right?
Yep.
Okay. You just instinctively kind of move your shield up, and you feel the weight of the blow hit your shield and actually start to buckle it slightly. And you're kind of surprised. And as you look through again, she comes around with a spinning hook kick with a 10. And so without even thinking about it, you just kind of move your head back and you watch as this massive tiger claw just goes past your face. She goes, "Argh!" Very upset that she wasn't able to hurt you. And with her bonus action, she's going to disengage. So it's 15. Another 15. She's got 10.
I'm gonna use my Warcaster. I'm gonna take attack of opportunity.
You can't. She disengaged.
Oh, she doesn't. Oh,
Yeah, she can disengage as a bonus action. So. So she kind of leaps back, and as you're sitting there, kind of getting ready to attack her, she's so fast that you don't even get a chance to make a swing. And that ends her turn. Argenta, you were the first one up. And if you're saying anything, you are muted.
So I'm gonna move first.
Okay.
10, 15. And then she's going to point at the war chief, and we both disappear into the Shadowfell.
Cool. To make things simpler for me, it's 30 by 30, right?
Yep.
Cool. We're going to draw 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, so that box up there is where your box is. Feel free to move your token. Where would you like him to appear?
In front of me.
Just directly in front of you or further back?
Directly in front of me.
Cool. So that is your little thing. It's a little hard to see because I picked a really bad color for it, but it is what it is. That's your little plane. So it was your bonus action, right?
Yep.
Cool.
And then I'm going to attack him twice with my silver dagger.
Cool. Go for it.
These aren't reckless. So the first one is going to be a 27 to hit.
Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Uh,
You have gotten
Great.
so much use out of that damn shadow power.
Eight. 15 damage on the first hit.
All right.
27 to hit again.
Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage again.
Uh, 13 damage on the second hit.
So, you guys watch as Argenta kind of steps forward. She points her dagger at Gilead, and then she grabs her cloak and wraps it around herself. And suddenly, this kind of pool of darkness kind of envelops her and also envelops Gilead, and then they both vanish. Argenta, as you kind of settle into your own personal arena that you have become very familiar with recently. You see Gilead just kind of looking around. He looks at you and he smiles, and you just kind of get this feeling of, well, we can deal with that. You plunge the dagger into him first, and he kind of looks down at it, surprised, and he kind of rips your hand out and licks the dagger a little bit, and then drops your hand, and without missing a beat, you spin around and slash him again across the chest, and this time he seems significantly more upset. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Nope.
Cool. Val and Rowan tied, but it sounds like Rowan wants to go second.
I
So-
believe Vala's probably has more dex than Rowan.
Yeah, my dexterity is 18.
Cool. Val, what you
Oh,
want to
yeah,
do?
you're quicker.
So I'm going to pull out my flute of the piercing flame
Okay.
and play my Borello of rebirth embers, targeting myself. So the as a bonus action, choose one of the creatures. That's me. The damage done by their next spell cast before the start of your next turn is turned into either fire or radiant damage. I'm gonna go fire just because. And is increased by 2 of your bardic inspiration dice.
Okay.
Now, I assume that when I cast Eldritch Blast, it'll only be the first bolt
Yes.
that is increased by that. Totally fair. I am going to target the tiger, the were-tiger,
Okay.
with all 4 bolts.
All right.
So, first one, it's only a 19 to hit. Or sorry, I rolled a 19. I was hoping for a natural 20. 30 to hit.
30 does hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay, so this is going to be 3d10 plus 5 plus I get 5 for my radiant warlock thing.
Okay.
So
So, just so I understand, 1d10 from Eldritch Blast, 2d10 from the dagger, and then the additional damage is from your warlock stuff.
correct.
Cool. Go for it.
So 3d10 plus 10. So that is 33 points of fire damage.
All right.
Second bolt,
All right.
that is an 18 to hit.
Still hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
And this is just a measly d10 plus 5, so that's 9 points of damage.
Cool. So, As the first Eldritch Bolt comes and hits her solidly, you see this kind of burst of flame, and you hear her cry out in pain. As the second one comes towards her, you watch as she reaches her hand up and she grabs the Eldritch Bolt in her hand, which you don't think should be possible. And then you watch as she spins around and fires it directly back at you.
That should not be possible.
But I'm making the roll for it. So does a 9 hit your armor class?
It does not.
Okay. So she sits there and brings it around and fires it back at you. It hits the ground and next to you, and she kind of winks at you.
I'm so thrown off by that wink. My third bolt is a 15 to hit.
Which is exactly what you need to be able to hit her.
Okay.
And she's out of reactions.
So that's 13 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And then bolt number 5 is a 23 to hit.
That one doesn't hit.
No. So
You
she
roll
doesn't take
damage.
10 points of fire damage.
Yeah. She is not pleased with you right now. She's starting to realize she probably should have targeted you first.
Got it. And I believe that ends my turn.
Cool. Rowan, what would you like to do?
Okay. Rowan is basically, he's just pissed off with this entire situation, and now he's dealing with a new variety of monsters that has shown up. He's like, oh, these assholes come in different flavors. Great. He's going to... Yeah, he's really just having a very, very bad day. He's going to conjure Celestial.
Cool.
And
did I make you a mini or something for that? Because it's an
I
actual
can't remember.
thing, right?
Well, last time it happened, it was story, and there wasn't miniatures involved.
I'm just gonna real quick
He's going to summon to see, no, it's a Battle Force Angel again.
steal. I'm gonna put this in. Who are you again? You're Rowan. I'm gonna make it controllable by you as well, and then let's just real quick pick a mini for it. Do. What is it with you and pets? Alright, for right now, we'll pick a better mini later, but this one is kind of floating, so...
Okay. I can't. I don't know if you need to
Yeah,
give me.
give it a second.
Yeah.
Alright, so in the journal should be
Ah.
Celestial, if you want to just drag that on to wherever you want to put them.
Okay. And. Yep.
Alright. And then with that, do they get an action as part of this summoning, or...
Let me check.
It's been a long time since because the conjure and the summon spells are slightly different,
Yeah.
and I can never remember which one is which.
Listening to all this also.
The new ones are more fun, and I can't remember if that's conjure or summon.
So let's put that.
So you, I guess here's the other question. It says that I have the statistics. Do you actually have the statistics
Oh, yeah.
for this particular? Okay, good. Then I don't need to look them up. 'Cause I don't really want to deal with that right now. So go ahead and roll initiative for it.
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted me to roll initiative or you just want to have it go after me.
Go ahead and roll initiative for it.
Okay.
And just let me know what the initiative is.
Because. Okay.
it will get.
So it'll be a +1.
Yeah, it will get an action this round, but if its initiative is lower than you, its action will happen when its initiative comes. Otherwise,
Okay.
it'll just get its first action right after you're done with your turn.
Well, it'll be 10.
10. Okay, so it'll just have its initiative at marker 10. So, or its first turn at marker 10. Anything else you want to do with your turn? Because I think that's just your action, right?
Yep. That. I don't believe I have anything else I want to do. So there. Haven't used anything there. I will. Something outside, and they've already tried to come at me, so I'm mostly gonna just. Grouping might not be the best, but I also don't know what these guys do, so maybe want to have. If I can, yeah, I'm gonna try and be. Yeah, let's be over here. Yeah. I'll move there and call it good.
All right. Liliane, you're up. What do you want to do?
Is there anything I can do to break the
Oh, yeah.
stun?
Yeah, unfortunately, this stun just lasts until the end of the
Yeah,
next turn. Sorry.
my eye will be to be done.
Gotcha. It's very stunning. She's very stunning lycanthrope. Like you're like, wow. She got a really great bod. You know.
Yeah, interesting thing. I can take care of paralyzed. I can't take care of stunned.
Yeah. Stun's really fun, guys.
It takes power word heal to remove stunned.
All right, so that's hilarious. How does he want to do this? Oh, he can do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Could I do one thing?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Action, or is this, if it's not too late, because I do have. Cause I'm sorry, I totally forgot that this is a thing. Why is that still? I want to uncheck that. Sorry, it's the action economy on this thing is weird. The surcode, because it's a bonus action. You activate that, yeah, right? Yeah, bonus action,
Okay.
isn't it? Sorry, I've got like 5 paragraphs of.
It should say in the beginning. I don't have the surecoat in front of me right now, so give me a second. I'll look it up. I believe most of them I made bonus actions.
Oh, there it is, right there, second paragraph. As a bonus action, the wearer can use a charge. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, so he will use the surcoat to do Sermon of the Dark Lady's Embrace. And I'll put that in chat too, just a reminder. So that's the one where people can use their reaction to give themselves resistance to damage.
So basically, everybody but Argenta can do that because Argenta's in her own.
Yeah, because Argenta's not in line of sight, yeah.
Or it's line of hearing. Because anyway, all allies that can hear you, so they don't actually have to be within line of sight. They just need to be able to hear you.
Oh,
So,
interesting. I'm
Yeah.
guessing she can't hear me in the ethereal?
she's not in the ethereal. She's in a pocket dimension.
Ah, okay.
So she can't hear you there either. She's in her own little shadow box.
And I hear him done.
You can hear it. However, being stunned means you don't have a reaction to use.
Oh.
So it's a lovely sermon though. Like it's really nice.
Yeah, it's
You're
really
Yeah.
weird. You hear Relwyn's voice, but it's not Relwyn speaking. He's giving a sermon about this. It does take a reaction if you want to have resistance to that damage
Okay. So
for
now,
that round.
this creature. What do we have for speed on him? Okay.
Oh, does that apply to the blood pack? Oh, that's right. Not the blood pack. The fucking hunters.
The wording is specifically all allies.
Yeah.
So if you consider them your allies,
Relwyn's
it
not fancy, but they
theoretically
are.
could work.
We are in the same boat, I think, by that
Okay.
context, Relwyn. He's not happy, but you don't have to be happy with your ally.
All right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and go ahead and let your Celestial get their opportunity to attack. Oh, wait, no.
Okay.
Bonus action disengage. Ignore
Oh.
that.
Well, I also have the ship sandwich then.
And then, or actually, he's going to move here instead. And then, yeah, he is going to take that heavy crossbow and just fire it directly at you, Relwyn. So, 13.
No.
So, ching. And that's all he can do because he's a melee-based character. That was not a good turn for him. Yeah, he's going to chill right there. Bear Boy is going to start moving.
I'm gonna laugh if we just like you playing the hunters, and we're just have you just rolling back and forth, just whipping it the entire time.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He moves forward, and as he moves forward, you can see like little tendrils of lightning starting to run across his Ursine form.
Oh, mother!
And as he gets close, he swings a large bear claw towards you, and this bolt of lightning comes off.
This motherfucker got reach.
No, he has a ranged spell attack.
Oh, counterspell.
It's a ranged spell attack, not an actual spell.
Oh.
So you can't actually counterspell it because it has no level or anything. However, it's a 17 versus your armor class.
18.
Okay, so you see this kind of lightning claw come forward, and you immediately again bring your shield up. He makes another swing at you and rolls even better with 13. Math is hard. And whiffs that, and then he's going to be very, very upset. And you watch him go, "Fine. No, it is time for you to meet my children." And as he does, these little lightning bolt bears start jumping everywhere off of him and form a everywhere within 15 feet of him is now full of these little lightning bears. But they don't do anything until your turn.
I'm sorry, what was
So
that?
cute.
He casts Spirit Guardians.
Oh, okay.
Ty time for Werewolf over here.
Is the rest of the pack just going dead fucking last? Oh my god.
Well, they didn't roll horribly. Like they all had double-digit initiative except for Gilead. You guys just were like 1 point higher than all of them except for the monk who rolled a 22. So he is just going to slightly wander over here, just barely kind of moving at all, and he looks at you, Rowan.
Jesus Christ!
You're the one that summoned the Celestial, and no one has been able to touch you. So they realize that the dude that can call down battle angels is a bad guy. I need an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw? Alright.
Yep. I found some really interesting stat blocks for these guys, so there's a reason they're called the Blood Pack.
Okay, 15.
15. Is exactly what you needed. So you see him kind of look at you, and he just kind of reaches forward, and you start feeling this kind of pain in your temple, and it feels like there's like a vice on your head for a moment, and you
Was that a spell?
Shake it off. No, this is just an ability that he has.
Okay.
It's called Mind Fire. And seeing as that didn't work, he's going to try it one more time.
He can do that shit multiple times?
It's part of his multi-attack.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Again, these are the most powerful...
16! Fuck you! Fuck you,
So
particular.
yeah, you feel it
God
again,
damn.
kind of squeezing on your head, and you realize now
Jesus Christ.
he seems to be reaching directly into your mind
Make your roll 20.
and trying to kind of rip out pieces of your memory with it. And you just kind of look at him and go, fuck you. And now he's pissed because it's a really cool ability and he couldn't use it.
Fucking Wang, you're doing focus fire on him.
Everybody is trying to
Jesus
attack you.
Christ.
No one has succeeded.
Thank God.
It is the Celestial's turn. I was hoping to not have that happen. So, what do you want him to do?
Fucking aw. Okay. Just go over here and just beat the shit out of this guy. Just get in this goddamn grill.
Are you going after the were-rat or the bear? Because were-rat is... Sorry. Were-rat...
Can't fly. Technically, he can't fly over, so yeah,
Yeah,
I'll actually...
he can hit either one.
I was saying he can just like fly over, doesn't he have to worry
Yep,
about
that's
attack,
fine.
so he can just do that. So, yeah, so he'll give him the bear's face.
Okay, cool.
I know he'll probably take some damage, but he'll probably also... Oh, do I have to... Am I automatically taking damage?
It's Spirit Guardian, so it's a...
I just realized I'll probably need to...
Is it a wisdom?
Wisdom saving throw.
Thank you. Yeah, wisdom save.
Magic resistance... 13 and 15, wisdom plus 3, so that's 18.
18 is a save. You only take... what's average 3d8? Average of a d8 is 5, right? So that would be 15 is 3d8, right? Am I doing the math right?
You're the wrong guy.
Daniel, you're good at math.
That sounds reasonable, I think.
Okay, so half of 15 is 7. So you take 7 points of necrotic damage as these bears come around and start gnawing on you.
I'm sorry, so how much?
7.
7.
And I don't know if necrotic damage, if your celestial has some sort of resistance to it, but
No, not to that.
Cool. So now do your thing.
Okay. And can do multi-attack, so he's just going to take 2 swings. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I'm reading this. Multi-attack. The angel makes 2 melee attacks. It also uses battlefield inspiration.
Yep, it's a common
So this-
thing.
So does that mean in combination with the multi-attack, it also gives battlefield
Yeah,
inspiration?
if it's a choice, it will use or. If it says it makes 2 multi-attacks and, then all of that is part of the multi-attack.
Okay. So the angel chooses up to 3 creatures it can see within 30 feet until the end of the angel's next turn. Each target can add D4 to its attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay, so effectively you can just bless 3 people.
Yeah.
So go
On,
ahead.
on top of the multi-attack.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna. So normally I would do that. It's gonna. Relwyn is gonna be included in this one because these guys are just going after him. It's gonna be a little symbiotic relationship. Vala, and I think the only other person could be Liliane because Argentus in the plane, in the pocket dimension.
Yeah. Okay. So everyone
Okay.
remember you have a D4.
Until its next turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, double 11s. Let's see. Attack to hit. So that'll be +6. So that'll be 17.
17 does hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
So okay, that'll be 11. Let's see here. Sorry, I'll make sure I'm getting the right thing. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, this thing's got versatility. So it actually says. I am so sorry for this thing. This is weird.
Here, let me look it up real quick. What's the spell called again?
Well, it's just as part of its multi-attack. So it's got longswords using 2 hands. So it'll be slashing.
Yeah,
if using 2 hands plus 18 4d8 radiant damage. Okay, that was.
Oh, so it's not in there. It's
Okay, so that will be 8 slashing damage.
what's it called again?
It's long. It's part of its multi-attack. It's this longsword.
No, what's the creature's name?
Oh, Battle Force Angel.
Battle Force Angel. These 2 live it also uses battlefield. So yeah. So on a hit, just to make things easier.
Yeah. So it was 8 slashing damage, and plus 8. Plus, do you want plus 18 or do you want the 4d8 rolled?
Just use the average numbers. It makes things faster.
Okay, so plus 18 of radiant damage.
Okay.
If the target is within 5 feet of any of the angel's allies, the target takes an additional 2 radiant damage.
Okay. So grand total it takes 28 points of damage.
Yes, because they both hit. Yes.
Sorry. A single attack, if it's 8 slashing plus 20 radiant, it's a total of 20 damage. 28 damage.
Oh, so both hit. So
So that's 28 times 2. Okay. So let's do 28 damage. We'll do it again. Alright. So as your celestial kind of comes forward and it grips its glowing sword in its hand, it swings down once. And as it does, you watch as the werebear goes, "Rah!" and you watch its muscles start to bulge. You watch its claws get longer, and you see a rage very similar to how Argenta looks when she kind of loses herself to battle. And then the second attack hits as well. Anything else it wants to do?
It will do that. Does that the damage the Battle Force Angel did to the bear? Is that a concentration check?
Ooh,
bear?
you are right. Because Spirit Gardens is concentration. So half of 28 is 14, right?
14. So 2 saves. 14.
And concentration checks are con saves, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
they are.
Thank you. First one's good. Second one's a nat 20. We're good. Okay. Anything else you want to do to try and screw me over?
Oh, I feel so bad for you. No.
Oh, and his constitution score is higher than I thought. Never mind. He still did it, but okay, cool. In your little shadow dimension, the Gilead kind of looks down. He looks at his chest and kind of looks at the wound,
Oh, I'm sorry. I
licks it, and then you watch as the wound starts to close.
Sorry. Just for safety, I realized I didn't roll my concentration check for being when you did the angel thing on. I don't know if Rowan took damage when he did the guardian angels first.
No, because the guardian angels didn't happen until after Rowan's turn.
Okay.
So it only happens at the start of your turn.
Okay.
So nothing yet. Again, you watch Gilead kind of sit there, and he licks the blood, and then you watch as the wounds slowly start to close, and then he just waves at you, and he vanishes.
All right.
And do you have blind sense or anything like that, or true sight or anything?
No.
Okay. So yeah, he just seems to no longer exist. And that's his turn.
All right.
Back up to top of the order. The monk, realizing things are going remarkably poorly for her. She is going to aim for Lillian first, and she just pulls a dagger off of a bandolier that she's wearing and just throws it at him. And since you are stunned, she gets advantage. 23 versus your AC. Okay. You take 4 piercing and 7 poison damage, and I need a con save from you. Don't go dying on me.
You have a D4 from the battle force.
Con save.
Yep. Constitution save.
Within 5.
You are fine. She's gonna take another shot at you. That was a nat one. 15 versus your AC.
Nope.
Okay, one more shot at you. That is the second nat 1. And that's a 21. So that's 21 versus your AC, Olivia?
Yeah, that.
Okay, so 4 piercing and 7 poison, and then another con save, please.
And do I still get a D4?
I believe it lasts until the end of the or start or end of the.
Until the end of the angel's next turn, each target can add a D4 to its attack roll saving throw, so it doesn't have a limiter.
So yeah, you just keep using it.
That one. So, 10 total.
You gain 1 level of exhaustion, and
I don't think level 1's that bad yet.
she is going to wander off and attempt to hide. Okay. And she seemingly disappears into the brush around you all. Argenta, what do you want to do?
He's invisible, right?
Yep, as far as you can tell.
So Argenta just nods. She, the world slows down around her as she incants the words for haste.
Okay.
And then she, as she starts to step, also fades into invisibility
Just
as she uses nature's veil.
just two people invisible in the shadow realm.
Marco! Marco!
Cool. Anything else you want to do? You want a coffee, maybe?
Nope, that's my turn.
Cool. Screw you. Vala, what do you want to do?
Oh, this is bullshit.
That's my job.
It would
That's
be
my
an,
thing. That's my thing.
It would be an action to figure out where the monk went, correct?
Yeah, effectively the
Okay.
search action. So
Yeah. I mean, I could fireball the entire area just to be
Yeah, I
sure.
area
Actually-
attacks don't need a target; they just need an area.
I would like to. Oh God, this is dumb, but she ran away, and I don't appreciate that. So I will just yell out "coward" and then cast a level 5 fireball.
Okay, I am going to ask you to tell me exactly where you're going to put that fireball.
I'm going to center it there.
Big radius.
This is a 20-foot radius, right?
Correct.
All right, hold up. Fireball.
Turbo.
So this is the fireball. Just where? I'm gonna see if I can't make this. There's a way for me to let you control that, isn't there?
I think so. I think you can, if you like double click it, you can make me the controlled by.
There we go. Controlled by Vala Raven. Okay, go ahead and put that where you want it to be.
I'm going to say there.
Okay. And what's your spell save?
19.
Oh, I had her lock up. It's a dex save, right?
Yes.
All right. What's the damage?
With my radiant soul, it is 42.
As the dust settles, you see the scarred corpse
Oh, shit.
of the weretiger.
But they're wares.
Anything
It's
else
a
you want to do with
corpse.
your turn?
Eh. Hopefully it'll stay that way.
Oh, I forgot to mention, at the end of the turn, all of the, or like 3 of the Wereslayers tried to go up to these guys, and they were thrown in various directions because they are nearly worthless at what they do.
Stop.
I thought they were trained really good.
They look like they know how to fight, but again, these are the greatest fighters in all of Fenrish. They were not prepared for this. They're like level 2-3 adventurers.
I will turn to the others slowly and just point to Relwyn. Where is Relwyn?
Relwyn's in the middle of everybody.
Got it. I will just turn and point to Relwyn and say, "You fuck with him, you fuck with all of us. Let's go."
Oh, by the way, Vala, I forgot Spirit Guardians. Go ahead and make me a Wisdom save.
19?
7 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh. That's fine. And I used my little speech to inspire Relwyn.
Cool. You got a D10. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
That'll be my turn.
Relwyn, what you want to do?
Okay, so first off, whatever it's a wisdom saving throw again.
Yepers.
Spirit
Wisdom
Guardians.
save for Spirit Guardians.
Uh, 20. 20.
All right, 7 points of necrotic damage. Father, you don't have evasion, right? Oh, it
I
wouldn't have mattered
do.
because that's not a dex.
And first off, let me. Whoop,
Not yet. Once I take that level of rogue.
whoop. Come. Oh, I almost lost that. Please roll better. Okay. 14. So I made the I made the concentration check.
Okay.
And okay, so check my action range. Okay, yeah, Rowan is just like he's had it with this Fuzzy Lumpkins bastard with the Spirit Guardians, and he's just going to use Dispel Magic.
Ooh.
Oh.
Is there a check built into that?
It's Dispel Magic. I'm just rolling 3rd level Spell Magic.
Yeah.
Unless it's a higher level casting.
No, it's not. So yeah, you guys watch as this big Ursine creature just and he's watching his little bears like run around and kind of bite you guys. And after kind of nibbling on you, you watch as Relwyn just turns to him and goes, "Nope." You snap and they're all gone.
I've encountered so many more frightening things than you.
His eyes are completely bloodshot and they are fixated on you now. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
See, because that's the sermon's gonna just continuously go on, and
Yeah, once it's on until it's over.
yeah, until it's done. Like there, and so yeah, then he will. I think with a few people taking, I mean, everyone's taking damage, but I think Lillian is taking the most damage right now. So he will also. Oh no, I do the spell magic. I'm so sorry. No,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Cool. All right. That brings us to Lillian. You were about to try to make your save against the bear creatures, and now they're gone. And you're no longer stunned. So, what do you want to do?
So, is that one of the whales?
Yeah, I'm going to label all of. Let's put them as yellow. I'm going to label all of the slayers with yellow.
Oh,
Oh.
I will change. I will change mine then. I'm marking mine to help me remember concentration.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. I'll just change my color.
Come back over there. Over there. This one is actually. I didn't realize I chose the same mini. As you, I was just randomly picking minis. So yeah, all the people with little yellow marks on them, they're these slayers.
So,
Who's that one?
Like I said, everybody with a little yellow
Oh,
mark
okay.
is a slayer, of course. And if it makes it easier, I can mark all these guys with red. So you can definitely tell them. And then she's already marked with an X, so I don't think we need to do any more marking.
I will,
I'm sorry. I just imagined Argenta's the Gilead. He's still invisible, but he has like a little dot hanging over him.
Yeah, here's just a little dot kind of floating around. Alright, so what you doing, Lilian?
I will move right here, and activate my, I'll do my radiant, and I'll attack. Oh,
Going after Bear Boy?
yeah. And I have a minor to like deep exhaustion.
I think at first level exhaustion, I think it's only skill checks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Second level is when it starts getting to everything else.
alright.
So first level exhaustion, still not great, but in combat it doesn't do a ton.
Alright, do you give me the deep for the cat? So I was alright,
So-
that would be a 20. You do it.
Definitely
I was-
hits.
I was gonna say you're still blessed, but never mind.
Well,
If you want to get it into the 30s,
29.
well, that misses.
Yeah,
19, cool. And is that all radiant?
it'd be radiant.
Okay. So you draw your blade, and as you do, you kind of nick your hand, and the blood kind of transfers onto the blade and immediately starts glowing. You slice through him once, and again, this.
Is it all be my second attack? That would be 24. Okay.
Definitely hits. Roll damage again.
It
Bless.
would be 12 damage.
All right. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Let's see. No.
All right. The were-rat comes forward. Yeah, he's going to circle around to here to attack you, Liliang. All right. So,
I'm guessing it
it stayed
I get-
outside the reach
Yeah,
of
okay.
the angel.
He had to ask.
Yepers. 12 versus your AC? Liliang? Nope. Cool. Alright. He comes again. How about a 20 versus your AC?
Yeah.
Alright. So you take 6 piercing damage plus 14 additional damage from sneak attack. So 20 piercing damage, and I need a con save.
What is it called?
Yep.
Um, 4 years.
Okay. You also take an additional 24 poison damage as he plunges a short sword into you, and you can feel something kind of leaking into your blood. He then pulls it out again and attempts to plunge it into another part of your body, getting a 25 versus your AC.
Yeah.
Okay. So this time, only 6 points of piercing damage, and then another con save.
That
What'd you get?
11.
Okay, so unfortunately another 24 poison damage from that
Oh,
attack.
Christ.
The one is on the back.
So the first attack that hit, you took 20 piercing and 24 poison for a grand total of 44 damage. The second attack was only 6 piercing and 24 poison for a total of 30. So grand total is 74 damage.
Alright.
And then he is going to disengage. Oh wait, no, he used his entire movement to get here. He's gonna dash. So if you want an opportunity attack, you can take it.
Alright.
10,
I
15,
will.
20, 25. I'm gonna go there.
Hmm.
That would be, well, 33.
It misses, unfortunately. He has plus 400 to opportunity. Yeah, roll your damn damage.
You just took Liliane to Shanktown, so I don't know why you're so upset.
I had to roll really high to do it.
Yeah, and she borderline woke up in a bathtub filled with ice.
It was a really lovely kidney. What can I say?
That would be 18.
18? Okay.
Wait, yeah.
Oops. All right. So he's done. The Ursine character takes one big step forward. As he does, these two guys attempt to attack and are flung away.
Just to ask, do you know when you have the battle force angel on your tracker when to go, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes after these two guys. They're both
Okay.
at initiative 11, and the
Oh,
angel's
okay.
at 10. So he gets up and he is just completely blinded with rage. Here we go. So he's going to start off by he's going to swing at Rowan first. $17 versus your AC.
18. You keep missing me by 1.
So he brings his claw down and he slams it on your shield, and again you feel this like huge kind of explosion from it, and almost buckles your shield down, but you hold strong. He comes around and tries to plunge this really wicked-looking dagger into your gut. So that's going to be a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. You take 14 piercing and 13 necrotic damage as he plunges it into your gut, and he gets
27.
really close.
Okay. So is that 2 concentration checks?
It's just one. Because it's the damage is piercing and necrotic, but it's one hit.
Okay.
So
So what do I need to beat?
half a 27.
13.
Thank you.
Okay. Got advantage, luckily. Okay, so that's 15 on the die. And that's... Okay, I'll take the 15 on the die. So 15 plus 8.
Okay. And then he's going to turn around and attempt to plunge the same dagger into Liliane as a bonus action. Oh, add 4 to the damage that you took, because I forgot that he gets extra damage.
Because fuck you in particular?
No, his frenzy raged. Don't
You're
worry
20.
about
Yeah, 23 would still win.
Yeah.
don't worry about rerolling the thing. It's just he gets. Technically, it says a +4 bonus to all damage rolls, and I'm only
A
counting.
+4 because you got a stupid face.
Yeah, he doesn't like you. So anyway, let's try and hit Lily 8 now.
I want a man.
That was cocked. 19 versus your AC.
Yeah.
So 14 piercing, 13 necrotic. As he plunges it into you as well. And that.
Table settings, is it like the dining table?
What was that?
Oh, I was just looking at Roll20 settings.
Oh, okay.
No, don't mind me. I forgot my mic was.
Not a problem. All right. So that's done. Psychic Boy is still not particularly fond of Rowan. So he is again going to try. Yeah, intelligence saving throw. He does not want to get anywhere
God
near
damn
you.
it.
He's not casting a spell, correct?
Nope,
He's not.
it's an ability.
I'm gonna guess he's doing it twice. If he don't well, I got 16 on the first one.
6 is the first one.
Is he doing it again?
Does anything happen on a... No, it just is a completely wasted turn. Yeah, he's doing it a second time. One of these times, statistically, you have to roll under a 15.
To be fair, I've been rolling with some of the things I have been rolling on. I've had advantage on some of these things. Ha! Roll even higher. Fuck you.
This you
I
theoretically
know-
shouldn't have an advantage on, right?
No, I don't. I'm not on this
Okay.
one now. I've been rolling good on the intelligence saves.
He is just about done with this. Like, he's like, in my life, I have never had this much trouble tearing at someone's brain. And he's just going to go over here and pout next to one of the Slayers. He's just gonna sit there and go, you, like, if I did it to you, you would be in pain, right? And the Slayer, who's just been thrown across the room, is just kind of sitting there, kind of dazed. She's like, yeah, see? And he just kind of points at her. He goes, see? I don't know. What's wrong with you? Who hurt you?
Not you.
This fucking world.
It's celestial time. The worst thing about that, if it ever hits you, it's an insta-stun. Like, if you would just fail, the celestial would go away. And this is the
Thank you,
only
Dimension
reason
20.
he keeps doing it.
Thank you, Dimension 20. You know what it says right here? Hell yeah.
Would you get a nat 20 for your celestial?
No, it's just been rolling
Oh.
really good.
Okay.
I haven't rolled for my celestial. Oh, it's my turn for the celestial.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's gonna just keep swinging. I think he'll just post up, just move up by one. Oh yeah, because I have to have my. Second, I want to make sure. Within 5 feet, so yeah. So that
Yep.
yeah, he definitely wants to move up for that, and he will be taking swings. And so the same 3 people will be having their bless. I'll scroll this roll. Probably missed. Okay, so 13, I'm guessing missed.
13. You're attacking?
Oh, the bear.
The
The bear.
bear? Yeah.
The
13
bear.
misses. The bears.
That's cocked.
Don't forget you have inspiration.
Well, it's for the battle force.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Good lord. 9, 6, 15.
15 is exactly what you need to hit him.
Go, yay. So the average thing with all the things still in play is 28 still. We just reuse what we did before.
Yep. Just, it makes it easier that way.
Okay. So that'd be 28.
Okay.
28 to the bear.
And again,
Dicka.
roars in rage. You see his muscles start to bulge again. You're starting to see a connection. When you hit him, he gets mad.
That's most people.
Anything else you want to do with his turn?
Don't think there's anything else. Yes, that'll be it.
All right. So, Argenta.
Yes.
As you are sitting there wondering what's going on,
Invisible.
invisible, yes.
Visibly.
Does an 18 hit your armor class?
No.
It doesn't? What's your armor class?
Right now, 21.
How'd you get a 21 armor class?
Barbarian unarmored AC, plus shield, plus haste.
Oh, so you cast shield? Oh, because you also have fucking haste. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So as you're sitting there in this darkness, you suddenly feel this kind of wind moving towards you, and you just instinctively raise your hand, and this blade strikes right where the shield is, and then it comes around again. And that'll be a 25 versus your AC.
Yeah, that one will hit.
Okay, so the second one comes in. You take 9 slashing and 18 force for a total of 27 damage.
Okay, my concentration is fine.
Okay. And you have no idea where the attack came from. That ends that turn. She's gone. Argenta, you're up then.
So I have no idea where the attack came from, you said?
Yeah, the attack actually came from opposite sides of you. And you saw no movement until the blade was just about interacting with you.
All right.
I will mention you did watch him before you dragged him in here teleport after every attack he did.
Yeah, I know.
So
I'm just seeing what I have. And all right, all right. I have a plan. Said Jody.
mm-hmm.
Argenta will use her action to bait because he's a fucking wolf. She's going to try and smell him. So like a search action, which people never use.
Okay. I like it.
That's gonna be a 25 perception.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 2. So you think he's in that direction. But with him being invisible, even with your sense of spell, you can't specifically figure out. You're relatively certain somewhere around here.
That's fine. She vanishes for a moment as her bonus action,
Okay.
reappears here, and there's an icy burst from her cloak.
Of course there is. Is that a save?
Yes, what type of save is this? Water transition, strength save.
Oh, good. He's like super strong. Well, 17.
Fail, it's an 18.
Cool. That's what I wanted to happen, actually. Like,
He's
that was-
restrained in ice.
Of course he is. Alright, so you watch. You still can't see him. But you watch as this ice forms around nothing.
Where is it?
Right here. Like that specific square, there is a strange, vaguely humanoid-shaped ice just floating there. And you're hearing 4-letter words in a language you don't speak.
Hasted action. I'm going to attack him. Advantage because he's restrained, disadvantage because he's invisible.
I'm going to say, since there's ice on him, he doesn't count as invisible.
Okay, so advantage.
Yeah.
Does a 26 hit?
26 does hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Uh, 13 again.
13, okay. At least he has a decent con score. Okay. So you cut into him, and you see some blood kind of drip, but the wound that you make disappears instantly. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Nope, that's my turn.
Vala! What you want to do?
Well, I mean, this guy has wandered into Fireball zone. So, no, I'll use my Flute of the Piercing Flame, do the Bordello of Rebirth again, targeting myself, and I'm going to turn my Eldritch Blast into radiant damage.
Okay. Who are you aiming it at again?
The rat boy who is trying to flee.
Rat boy, cool. Yo, that's perfectly great. He's actually like really good at like not getting hit by Eldritch Blasts, and he can like totally, just like the really cool fucking tiger monk that I made for this that you guys totally destroyed.
You have a D4 to your attacks now.
Ooh, that's right.
It doesn't matter. I saw the roll. What
so,
was it?
23 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't see the rolls.
So, and again, this is my first attack, so it gets the
Yep.
2d10 additional plus my radiant soul.
Plus a
So-
pony.
3d10 plus 10. So that's 20 damage because I rolled an 8, a 1, and a 1.
Ooh.
Uh,
I think you've got a
Second bolt?
couple more of them, right?
I do have 3 more. 17 to hit.
Hits.
That's 14 points of damage.
Okay.
Third one is a 22 to hit.
Hits.
That is 10 points of damage. And then the last one is a natural 20.
Okay. Damage.
That says 9, but I need to. Well, double the dice would be 8 and 5. 13.
13. Cool. So, as the were-rat kind of turns towards you and he starts raising up his heavy hand crossbow, you sit there and you point your dagger that did a dancing flame at him, and a single bolt goes out, and as it hits him, this huge explosion of fire goes down. You can see he's got these kind of big burns on his chest. You go back and fire another one. It goes there, and you watch as massive portions of his shoulder are now kind of bursted, or are blistering with the blisters bursting off. And he starts rushing towards you, pulling out a dagger you couldn't see before. You fire another one, and it hits it in the stomach, and now there's this massive charred area. You can see flakes of his skin falling off, and he jumps directly on top of you, and as he does, square in the face, you watch his head fly backwards. You hear kind of a sickening crunching sound, and he lands next to you, his neck bent at an angle that shouldn't be possible. Dead.
Right after that, I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm just going to stand up here on this ledge and look down at the one, whatever the heck that thing is.
Another
And just-
werewolf.
And, okay. And just be, and just say, you should just give up now while you still can. Don't make me kill you like I did your friends.
Rowan, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I think Lillian and I both got properly fucked up because of that bear guy. So he's just going to do a mass cure wounds. Everyone within 30 feet of Relwyn. So Balforce Angel, Rowan, Lillian.
Everybody but
dude,
Argenta.
Yeah. So, if anyone's taking damage in the sphere, because I got a little highlight circle on my end on it, if you can see that. So it'll be Mass Cure Wounds at 8th level. I'll just click on D&D Beyond. So everyone gets 43 points of damage. I'm sorry, 43 points of healing.
Cool. So you guys watch as Relwyn kind of looks around. He places his hand on the symbol of the Dark Lady that is embroidered on his shirt coat, and he starts kind of whispering the incantations. You suddenly see these waves of deep indigo start rushing off of him, and as they touch you, you watch as them kind of go down your arms, and wherever it meets a wound, you see the wound start to close.
No. Oh, and also, I forgot about this. I don't know if it's too late to do that because it just happens. Because remember, I had that ability. However many hit dice this one had, give the hit points in hit point equivalent to Lillian. Because I have that cool ability.
Can you link it in chat for me?
Yeah. I'll pull it up.
Because it's not an ability I'm familiar with. I don't get to run high level D&D very often. So
There was a cool ability. I'll pull it up.
we'll deal with that in a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Well, Lillian's turn is next, so I guess we'll deal with it now.
Ah, there we go.
Okay. Let me see
Yeah,
it.
there it goes. It is Keeper of Souls.
And you can see dies in 6. Okay. So he had 12 hit dice.
So that's
Lillian,
12 hit points,
Take another 12 hit points.
and that's not a reaction.
Yeah, that's just a thing.
Yep.
Cool. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Sorry, that was a thing. That was actually out of my turn. I just forgot
Yep.
about that.
I just.
Yeah. Sorry.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Cool. Lillian, you're probably feeling much better than you were before.
Yeah. I will take a follow everything. Everything with my boulder.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you guys see Lillian start kind of whispering something under her breath, and you start seeing this strange kind of indigo sigil start appearing on the bear, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Pretty sweet for the first hit.
Definitely hits.
And then I will divide by it that I hit him.
Okay. So you guys watch as Lillian goes forward, and she kind of holds her sword in two hands, points it, and you see her start whispering something. You see this strange divine mark appear on him. As she brings her blade down, there's this brilliant flash of bright indigo light. How much damage do you do total?
22.
That's with everything, including the smite and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled really low. Eventually.
So, she brings her sword down. There's this brilliant flash of indigo light, and you can see this deep gash in the bear creature, who again howls in rage and pain.
Then I bring it around and I set it with 28 to it.
Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
So that would be 14.
All right. He seems to be just barely clinging on to life. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I will just do a validated thing. We do have to keep doing that.
Okay. Well, as you say that, he goes, "Yes, we do." And he is going to turn towards Relwyn and the dude. He's going to shift up slightly, and he's going to point his hand, and this brilliant bolt of lightning shoots out of his hand. I need dex saves from both Relwyn and the angel.
Okay, let's do this here. Oh, you would. that's probably not Oh, where's my D4? Okay. 10, 10, 11. That probably didn't do it.
Nope. So you are going to take.
And let me...
Rowan, did
Oh,
Rowan
oh,
add
yeah,
inspiration?
D10. Sorry. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. What did I say the number was? Sorry.
11.
11. 10!
All right. So you're going to take half of that, and then go ahead and roll for the angel as well. I'm just going to actually roll this because it doesn't give me an average.
Seeing throw spells on magical effects, so that's has advantage on that.
Yep. This is a
Battle
spell.
Force. Okay, that's a 9. 18 on the die.
All right. So both of you take 11 points of lightning damage as the bolt of lightning goes through both of you. And then I just need a con check or concentration check for you.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my reaction, one of my reactions to lessen that, so that'll be 5 damage.
Yep.
And so I should probably be able to make that, because that's 4 on the die, it's 12, probably made it already, and 19 on the die. So I made a concentration check.
Absolutely. Cool. And then he's going to turn towards... He's going to focus on Lillian because she just slapped the shit out of him. And just hit him with 2 blasts of lightning. First one is 24 to hit.
Yeah.
14 points of lightning damage. Or no. 18 points of lightning damage. And your speed is reduced by 10 until the end of your next turn. Or its next turn. And then a 22.
But 10, so
So does a 22 hit your AC?
yeah.
Okay. That's another 18 points of lightning damage. And then he is actually going to...
If you want to use your reaction to lessen that or not.
1, 2... He's going to move here. And try to provoke an opportunity attack from the angel. He actually goad the angels. He's gonna, Rah!
Oh.
You find it interesting.
13, 19.
19 definitely hits. Roll damage.
If that's before he moves, if that's before he moves away and it's next to me, so it'll be 28 again.
Technically, the angel wouldn't get. He'd still be next to this other person, so yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well, it's next to me too, so I'm also an ally.
Yeah, but he wouldn't get the opportunity attack until he was all the way down here, away from you. Because he's. I mean, if you want to make an opportunity attack, you can too. But he's particularly focused. He was trying to find a way just to get.
That's what I'm saying. Because
to attack him.
Yeah, the angel attack. That was the angel attacking, and because the angel's next to me, the ally, he also gets the same bonuses.
No, the wording of it is he has to be next to an ally, not the angel. Now he is because he's next to Lillian, but by the time the angel would make the attack, he would no longer be next to you, getting it from you. He'd be getting it from. It doesn't matter. He still does the same amount of damage, and he still kills him.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
He wanted to go out on his terms by an angel, not a stupid cleric.
Oh, the target is within 5. Okay, I understand.
Yeah. That ends his turn. Seeing as things are going very, very, very poorly.
Oh, sorry. However many hit points goes to Liliane.
Yep.
Or hit
That's,
dice hit points.
18. So you can take 18 hit points. Yeah. The werewolf is going to look, and I need everyone aside from Argenta to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God.
At 20.
20. All right, so Rowan got a nat 20. Vala,
21.
okay. Liliane,
Yeah.
so that was a complete waste of time. And then
Is this a
he-
spell?
No, this is an ability called Inquisitor's Command.
Okay, then I guess it'd just be a regular roll for Battle Force Angel. Wisdom 8.
Oh, you only got an 8? That is
Yeah.
hilarious. Can
What is the effect?
it's a charmed effect? Can the
It's
are they immune to-
it's immune to
That's
charms.
would have been cool because this particular ability basically gives him complete control over the character. But all y'all saved, so he runs off the map and
Oh,
disappears into the forest. That brings us. Celeste, you want to do? There's no targets for it to attack anymore because everyone else is dead.
Yeah, and the only thing that's going on now is the. Oh, sorry. Is Argenta still in the shadow
I'm
plane?
dueling. I'm dueling
Yeah.
him. Yes.
Yeah.
He's still in the shadow plane.
You're still in the
Yugi's
Shadow Realm.
there. You know, they keep talking about strange cards and some kind of dark magician.
I was gonna say, when it does get back to my turn, I intend on using sending to let Argenta know that we've cleaned up everything here.
Okay. Theoretically, because he's on a different plane of existence, I think you have to roll for sending to work.
Yeah,
There's
there's
a
a chance. that it
5%
fails.
chance.
Yeah. If you roll like a nat 1, it fails essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, before that happens, we go back, and for the most part, it's just going to be Argenta and this guy until the field goes away.
Yeah.
So
This is turn 3
as you,
or turn.
yeah, as you,
No, this is turn 2. Continue.
as you are looking at the kind of floating ice, it suddenly shatters. And again, 2 attacks come out of literally nowhere and attempt.
It takes an action to break free. I don't know if he used something else.
He can teleport as a bonus action, which removes, gets out of the restrained condition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you mean for the music to stop?
No, it's still going. It just had to. It reached the end.
Oh.
So, it had to restart. All right. So, yeah. No, he has the ability to teleport at will. So, first attack is going to be 17 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. Second attack's even lower than that. And there's nothing else he can do. So yeah, he's just going to. You just spend the rest of the time in here hidden. So, because this is basically becoming a stalemate, because you've already seen his wounds heal, and you're not doing a ton of damage to him, and he seems to be kind of missing you a lot. He's gonna take the remainder of the time just trying to remain hidden as much as he can. So if you want to talk to him, you can, but for the most part, he seems to be done with this fight. So what would you like to do? And Vala, go ahead and make your sending roll.
Percentile?
I rolled a 9 on a d20, so I believe that the
It's fine,
message
yeah.
goes through.
Mhm.
I'll just say, Argenta, I hope everything is okay wherever you are. We've cleaned up everything here. I don't know if you can bring him back sooner or not. You can reply to this message.
She just grins and says perfect. And then she just steps. She's moving faster than normal so she can talk faster, and she's just like, your allies are dead. You show cowardice. This is an arena. I am the strongest in Fenrish. Submit.
Oh, fuck.
She yelled your honor.
Choose even or odd.
Even.
I know not of this Fenrish you speak of, but you use dirty tricks. I feel no need to satiate your honor.
Is your blood not a dirty trick, foul creature? And she spits on the ground as the shadows dissipate.
Choose even or odd again.
Odd this time.
Okay. As the shadows dissipate, you're both. Go ahead and put your mini somewhere around, because you have to go back.
And we reappear where we were.
Yeah, so you were somewhere around here-ish. So go ahead and put your mini wherever you feel is closest to that.
It was like here.
Okay. So, and that lasts for a minute, right?
No, 30 seconds. That's why I dissipated after that.
Oh, 30 seconds. Okay, I was about to say, because his spell lasts for a minute. As you guys are watching, you suddenly see the body of the were-tiger vanish. And then nothing. A few minutes passed. As far as you can tell, nothing else is going on. The Were Slayers are kind of getting up, licking their wounds.
Argenta's looking less angry and more disgusted. She lets the haste drops, and she like gets that fatigue. And then you just hear her say, the real war chief would have never run. Dark Lords made him a coward.
Yeah.
What a feeling that would be. Torment for him. Being a coward. Being a rat dog.
Do we need to do something about these other two bodies to make sure they stay dead?
Lycanthropes don't rise from the dead once they're killed.
Okay.
I mean, they can be revived like anyone else, but aside from that, no.
There's the prisoner. There's still the prisoner in the cage.
If you go over to the Book of Prisoner, I think, if I remember correctly, didn't you cast a healing spell on him?
I
Last
was wanting to stabilize,
Yeah.
and I have a healer's kit.
Yeah. He is. I don't know if you've ever seen someone that's lost a lot of blood before for whatever reason, but that
Relwyn has.
but that really
Oh, yeah.
like pale look to them.
Mm.
Is what you see. Like the skin is like paper white. The breathing is very, very shallow. But they're not, like, you've stabilized them. They're just in really, really bad shape. Like doing some like quick mental
Yeah.
math of how much blood you saw and the amount of blood that could have fit in that chalice. You think that they really should be dead from blood loss at this point, and it's probably the lycanthropy is the only thing that kept them alive long enough for you to stabilize them.
Yeah. If they are still with us, he will do some minor, because he doesn't like. I don't know if this is the same type of lycanthropy list. Like they start healing over time, and the only reason why they haven't because they're silvered weapons.
Yeah, some lycanthropes have a regenerative aspect. It's not a universal thing. Like Gilead, you guys watched his wounds close, but you also didn't see any of the other lycanthropes that you hit regenerate. So it's not a universal thing. This lycanthrope doesn't seem to be regenerating. But through use of the healer's kit, and if you do want to cast any spells on him, you think you can pretty much fix the wounds. It's just going to take a time for his body to replace all of the blood it lost.
Okay, he'll just use level 1 healing.
Yeah.
Healing then.
So yeah, with those things combined, again, you're relatively certain he's going to live through this. He just lost a lot of blood.
Yeah,
So
Rowan does
it's
point.
gonna take
Rowan
some time to
does
regrow it.
Rowan does point out. He said like the war chief or whoever this was did claim this person as one of his own.
Yes. Is that just because he's another lycanthrope, or because this was another member of the blood pack?
Well, the blood pack is 5 people, so you can be pretty sure that it's not a member of the blood pack. But as far as
be
whether or not
enforced.
all tax collectors are lycanthropes, since all of your interactions with tax collectors have been mostly benign, you've never had to see them get angry, so to say.
So
Rowan knows like this is not bad at all. Rowan knows that there's been people who've been like who've had this forced upon them. Just like dealing with this variety of monsters from his village. He says he's not an expert on lycanthropy, but he's like definitely seen the effects.
Mm-hmm. Kevin comes forward, and you can see he's visibly shaken. And he comes over to you, Liliane. That was wild, right?
Hey, who's the number you were back to?
Yeah, I get that. In my defense, I mean, we've killed werewolves before. I've never seen them do that. Everyone, and all of the Wereslayers seem extremely shaken and worried, and they seem to be looking to Kevin for something. This has been our first real test of our new order, and I think we failed. I don't think I can protect you all. So I think it would be best if you all just went back to where you came from and just forget this was ever a thing.
Right now, for everyone's safety, we all go to the next village because currently we have at least one very powerful shapeshifter lycanthrope who has a serious grudge against all of you.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. So the Were Slayers will stay together until we get to the next town, which is Ebonthorn, and then in Ebonthorn, I mean, we were planning to go join the Great Hunt anyways, so we can go there and then we can all find other places to go.
Rowan looks to Liliane and goes, do you have any connections with the hunters in the next village? I thought that might have been a thing.
No, I do.
You do. Rowan. These people have God knows what coursing through their veins. I don't trust what has been done here. Experts.
I'll be entirely honest. They didn't drink blood and they didn't transform when in the heat of battle. I doubt that they're lycanthropes. I think they just ate blood. They're probably
Lycanthrope
overdosing
blood.
on iron. Yeah, lycanthrope blood doesn't transfer it. You have to be bitten.
Normally, well, yes, I'm aware of how it normally works, but they drank directly from the source as opposed to getting a bite mark.
Like, you know you can drink vampire blood and you might get sick, but you're not going to become a vampire, right?
No.
I know how it normally happens for vampires, but I also know I know how it normally happens for werewolves. People have been cursed, but this is also most people don't usually try drinking from a werewolf, and they clearly have gotten benefits from the wolves.
We should be.
Argenta's going to start patting down the lichen corpses of the former blood pack and just see what they have.
As you kind of go over to them, they all start reverting to their non-lycanthrope state. You're kind of impressed with the fact that all the weapons that they carried were completely mundane. The were-rat did have poison on his blade. But aside from that, like it was a normal short sword. It was a slightly modified heavy crossbow so that it could be used in one hand. But that was it. Like everything that they used seemed to be mundane, which from your memory of the blood pack kind of fits with their MO. Again, they were the strongest warriors, and they wouldn't want to lean on, tricks or anything like that.
Yeah, that's also what rubs her wrong because he used essentially a form of invisibility, and she doesn't really feel that fit his previous MO.
Yeah, I'll say if you spent enough time in Fenris, you probably saw him fight at least once. Like he regularly went around to the various arenas and fought. Generally to first blood after he had won the big tournament.
Yeah.
And you've never seen him use invisibility. The teleporting thing was also something you've never seen him. He's always been fast, but you've never seen him like he had some sort of magic ability that he's never had before.
So Argenta is now the war chief of Fenris.
That won't go poorly at all.
I mean, I don't know.
Yes, and you're my blood pack. Congratulations, you've been adopted.
Alright.
wasn't planning on letting you guys rule a country, but whatever.
Oh wait, does this mean we all have to become lycanthropes?
No, that's just their vibe.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
The previous king before Gilead was a barbarian, and had no lycanthropy at all. He was another shifter though. He just wasn't a lycanthrope.
Got it. Okay.
He was a I can't remember what their I can't remember what the subtitle is, but he was a boar shifter.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so the rest of the Were Slayers kind of gather up their materials and stuff like that. They pour out the Hunter's Bane potion that they created, bury the fire, and get ready to leave.
I will ask Lillian again. I just want to be certain. Should we burn these bodies just to be safe?
Yeah, probably. I mean, who knows where we are right now. I mean, that probably could be more than anything else.
So, Vala will arrange the bodies, say a few words, and then
And have we let the prisoner already killed?
I didn't release him. I didn't know what the situation was. Roland definitely he wants to give a chance before we decide anyone's fate. He's not going to just you know enough by now that Roland's not going to just stand by and let someone be murdered.
Yeah.
So, the Were Slayers have avoided him like the plague. So, you guys have full reign on what happens to him.
Well, Rowan wants to talk to him first because he definitely wants to see if he.
You're relatively certain he's probably not going to be conscious for another day. Like, again, lost a lot of blood. So if you guys want to hunker down and camp here, probably by tomorrow he'd be able to talk.
But we can camp or we can go because we were relatively close to the village. I thought.
So traveling from Klausgate to Ebbenthorn is generally at least a week's journey. Sometimes closer to a 10-day.
Oh.
And you
I thought
guys
we were close.
were a couple days into your journey, so you're a little before the halfway point to Ebbenthorn. So you're going to need to camp eventually. It just depends on, do you want to try and take the unconscious body of the lycanthrope with you, or do you want to camp here and wait till he wakes up?
If we take him with us, I know how to tie him down, don't worry. We've done it once before to Vala, and I've made improvements since then.
But if we take him with us, they will probably have an angry wake-up. Probably not.
Oh, no, don't worry. That's what the improvements are for.
I'm
I
afraid.
mean, they kind of flat. You may come for the survivor. The prisoner now.
Oh, I'd want him to come back. He's weaker than Commander's brother. He's grown weak in his cowardice. Collecting taxes instead of fighting.
Do we want to try to do Dream again? We can haunt his nightmares.
Vala haunting people's nightmares.
Well,
I would point that now that you know who this person is and you can send a message, you could also probably issue a formal challenge.
Well, unfortunately, it is very, very late. So that is where we're going to end it for tonight. As always, if you missed any of this, I do upload all these to my YouTube channels, youtube.com/TrainerJody. Otherwise, again, it's all free today. I will see you guys next time. And in like 9-ish hours, 8-ish hours, we're going to have a new Nintendo Direct. So stay tuned for that. I'm not going to stream it here because that would require like work, but I'm certain other people will be. So again, it's all for me today. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.